Good morning everyone and welcome to you in this daily update on Bitcoin and the Alts today. Hope you're all doing very well. You had a very nice weekend as always. We've got a lovely drop here over the weekend and bounce from our second target we have planned, as we recognize in the first one. We've got a few long trade here, but overall in the last one here we recognize overall a new low would be nice, so we went lower over the weekend, tapped the second target and bounced it exactly from here. By the way, this target was basically just the previous all-time high plus the latest full uptrend here from, so it was 76 by the way, 1000 up to the all-time high. You can see our previous latest uptrend here, Valera high. You can see how this very nice Valera high. Maybe we can see it a little bit better on this one here on the 4 hours. Can see, so it's really this fixed range from 76,000, 74,000 by the way, up to the all-time high, Valera high, giving the bounce, naked Valera high, giving the bounce. So you can see again how strong these pulls of the fixed range are. This is just pretty crazy. And overall, I mean, well, on a lower time frame here, we just ended up here in a lovely swing £30 here. So again, it's just all the flow reading basically, let me know time. You can see here this was, well, yeah, planning the last update. This was the first support where we was, and the second support was basically this latest all-time high, you know, Valera high and stuff like that. Bounce, flip to support. So congrats if you took the long. I did took the long personally. And yeah, now let's update and see what we can expect next basically. So let's first of all update the levels. I already updated a few levels on my site, so I'm not spending too much time on this. So let's go and update. Yeah, normally I already added all the levels that are above us. We've got a pretty weak reclaim, you can see here. Okay, we're moving up. The open interest is massively decreasing. Again, we're reacting a lot of shorts and stuff like that. It's the weekend, so we need a little bit more than this to say that the move is really weak. With a 30-minute order flow, what we can say right now, we've got a bullish CVD here. You can see yesterday night, well, during the night by the way, and Asia open, you can see here 2 AM Asia open, you've got a massive bullish CVD. Okay, you have a low, high, low, lower low here on the right. You get a massive bullish CVD here, and at exactly 2 AM here, when the Asia open, the Asia session open, you go straight back to the top here, swipe the price high. From here get a lot of longs, so the bullish CVD did play it out. From here get a lot of longs, go all the way down to rect all the longs, and right now we've got 16 million of new longs again opening, but we're not really at resistance, so I'll be a little bit careful shorting this. So we'll really wait for the resistance, to be honest with you. Anyways, do we have any 80-20 setup today? No. Do we have any boom naked session? Yes. 113 700. Okay. 113 625. Oops, 625. There we go. A few fingerprints just below. We have a good low. That's nice, not gonna lie, what we've done here. This one is already here on the chart. This above here, okay, you have one daily negative path control just right there. You have another one just a little bit above here. That is on the TX1, the one that is higher here. Sorry, so here we have, now you cannot really see what I'm doing this. So you have the one here, 113 650. Everything is sitting at the same place almost. Let's have a look here at the TX1 as always. Alright, 13500. Yeah, this is the same honestly, so I'm not gonna use that one. And weekly naked point of controls. So we have one at 117,950. $117,950. Yes. Okay, let's have a look here at the TX1 as always. Again, it's not a real big surprise. I mean, the wall range here basically you have the path control, so it's normal to get a weakling, a path control over there. Just waiting for the ticks one, but honestly, it's a little bit down here. 500. No, I'm not gonna use that one. Okay, so now we are done with this. So yeah, order flow, there are a lot of longs here, but again, we're not at resistance right now, so yeah, there is nothing to say about the order flow at the moment. So also we have the weekly levels. Let's see if we have anything here. Yes, we do. Weekly. Okay, daily level. Yeah, we'll have one down here. Honestly, a retest will be good because again, this was made on the weekend at night, so it was pretty complex to take. You can see it was at 2 AM on Sunday, so you had really to be here. Yeah, to make a retest here, to do a retest will be nice. Anyways, so well, yeah, you have different pools for the fixed range, okay, from the all-time high to the current bottom. You can see again we spend so many time here that we don't even have value area down there. So what I'm going to use is not even that one here, is the latest here downtrend, really this latest move down here, fixed range, to really get the value area, sorry. So we have the value area low coming around this very nice zone of confidence here just above us. If you put the anchor rate view up here, have this one, you also have this one here, that is maybe where we are right now, but this one here honestly is pretty nice. You can see we'll have this very nice resistance just above us. Problem with this resistance is that we can extend it up to the highs and the anchor rate view up, because we have a few highs to take here. So for example, if I have to make a little bit more complex the approach, so to speak, go really above and then pull back, we can absolutely go swipe the highs, then lose all the levels, flip them into resistance, and then come back down for the flip for the high low, basically, if we have to continue up next. So yeah, this is the next zone of resistance we're having above us. This one here is very key. Okay, this is the biggest resistance we're having right now above us. Yeah, this is the one basically we're having above. So this can bring us with a possible short trade. Again, I will not place limits there. Okay, we started to change the market structure already on the lower time frame, I mean medium time from here. We can see we have a high, lower high, lower high, and low, lower low, lower low, lower low. Now we have a high, higher high. And we need next, of course, to hold a higher low, and next we need to do another higher high to really confirm that. But we have already a start of the break of the market, well, a change, a switch, already a change in the market structure. So I will not just short right here. If we go here, I will just wait for the reaction on the order flow. This is very, very key and important for me. I cannot say if there is going to be a short trade here now when we're going to touch this or not. We need to be there allowing the time and simply read this order flow, see what's going on there. For example, if you have millions of longs, everything is getting absorbed, and next you get, for example, an MC short reaction or the demand basically to reverse that, well, then it's going to reverse, and this is a short entry. But if you don't get anything in here, there's just no reason to short, right? So this is the next possible trade. Okay, so we have the next possible short trade here. Honestly, if we start reclaiming this, the next target for me is really going to come around this, all this big zone of confidence here, I think. Yeah, this is yeah, this is this right here will be my next zone of resistance. Okay, so I have this first one that can go up to these tops and the anchor rate view up. Okay, so this is all this basically, but the best part of the target is this one, the cycle basically here. If we break the first one, we can look basically for the second one more likely. We still have this value area low to be aware of, but I will not expect much of this. There is no massive confidence there, so there is this 618, this 6%, but I mean otherwise there is nothing. So yeah, the next target for me will be this cycle. Okay, first one here. If we break this, we can look for the second one. And please don't forget the first target. We can extend the target to the highs and the anchor view up from this top here. Okay. Yeah, as simple as that basically. So let me just add a second square here so we can get the same design, if we can say that. There we go. So I have this first short and this possible next short trade. If we start breaking above this, again, the problem is here, we'll have, you can see, a very big zone of resistance. So what can we do here is just come up here, go for example into the weekly level here, okay, and just keep another lower high. So have a high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and another lower high. And we just keep doing this, and we just make, for example, a bigger W, okay, X and another Y here to the downside. This is something possible, okay. That's something possible. We keep doing the lower highs here, so yeah, this will be a target we'll have to be aware of above. But again, we'll see this when we really reach this zone of price. For now, this is not the most important thing we have to talk about. So yeah, these are the next resistance in terms of support. Gonna get rid of that really quick. So in terms of support here, so let me see. I'm going to cover the wave next. Yeah, well, no. So nah. Well, if for a long again, I'm not gonna long like that. I mean, again, I'm already long from the low here, but again, if you continue up like this, for me there is just a long because I want to long a retracement. Okay, so if we pull back from here, the first target is going to be, well, basically all this. Okay, simple as you have the upper part of the target and the lower part of the target, as simple as that. If we keep the higher lows, for example here low, we have a low here. Okay, we keep another higher low, we can just not swing, we just do not do a swing through pan basically of that low, so we bounce directly from here. Okay, so that we can get a long trade off this point of control, basically the latest uptrend here, point of control. If now we want to grab a little bit of liquidity, we can go and swipe that bottom here just a little bit below and then reclaim bounce like this. Otherwise we can go basically into the value area low, maybe swipe really the overall low here, and from here get the reversal. Okay, so yeah, two different approach of this. The upper part, if we need to keep the high low structure, and otherwise we can go and swipe really all the lows here. You can see the last low here, which have one small here, but I mean this one is the most important one, into the value area low, naked session, point of control, and from here blah blah blah, get the reclaim. Okay, again, I have no limits down there. It will depend on the reaction line at time on the order flow basically. But yeah, this is the next zone I am interested in. Let me get rid of all of this, just gonna keep the long here. So this is the next support, and if we do not manage to hold this, well, it's very simple. If you break this, the more likely is to go down for a new low. So we have still a daily level down there, but again there is no any confluence with this, so the most probable is if we lose this support is to go for a new low. Now can we do this and bounce? Yes, absolutely. It's just in terms of probability, we'll have no real big confluence down there, so the most probable is to go and swipe the lows. If we go for a new low because we are not able to hold this first support we have planned, okay, so lose the first support, more likely go for a new low. If you make a new low, you can again look for a swing through pan or a failed auction. Otherwise, what we have planned here is very simply this very big zone of support. So this is the short, this is a lower time frame long, and so where is my long here? This one, this was for the first target. We recognize was waiting for lower here, and so this is the second target we have planned where we bounce it from, but we bounce it from the upper part of the target, so we can still go, well, do a swing through pan here or failed auction of this of the price low here. Otherwise we can go and touch the daily negative path control just below here and get the reversal. Okay, with TPO, naked session path control, daily negative path control just below here. We can still, if we have to not hold this first support, we can still go and touch the levels here before to get another reversal. Okay, so if you break this first support, a new low is going to be made, more likely. If you make a new low, you look for a swing through panel failed auction. If there is no swing through panel failed auction, dating a path control just below. And remember, if we really have to crash bigger from here, we can look next for around 108,000 basically, with the latest uptrend path control, really bigger latest uptrend point of control, 26186%, anchor it if you up from 75,000 low here, have all these big zone of confluence. Okay, this one is very, very, very big. And if you break this, we're going to go straight back down to a 97,000 basically. So we better hold this. Okay, so yeah, that's the plan, step by step. We have to be ready and prepared as always for everything. So here is, we're good. We have the resistance, we have the support. But overall, yeah, I'm still looking for a new all-time high. I really want to see we break some support before to really start looking for something much more bearish. So yeah, in terms of wave, what we have planned here locally was to be in this WXYXNZ. We have planned the targets of this WXYXNZ. This first target was for the first target. We had planned with the levels. In the first target, we've got a few good longs, but overall recognize lower. So the next target is very simply the 1-to-1 extension, where we bounce it from. As simple as that, with a very nice and clear swing through panel on the lower time frame. And we bounce it also from 112,000 here. That is also a psychological level. So very nice target, not gonna lie. And yeah, the 123 is basically the bottom part of the target WAV plan. Okay, but we bounce it off the 120 extension. That is the upper part of the target WAV plan basically. So that's pretty cool, pretty lovely. So now the WXYXNZ is more likely completed. We bounce it off the target. So now the question is, are we going to do a bigger WXY? Well, it depends basically of if we reject some resistance or not. If we get some very strong move to the upside, or if we get something very weak, we just get some really good bearish data for resistance WAV plan. If we do so and we don't get 5 ways up, then this is very likely a correction here to again make another low. So again, we'll need the data here all the way up to see if these are 5 ways or not. We'll have to get the data to see if this is strong or not. All of this we'll have to see and get this limited time basically. Okay, but as for now, the WXYXNZ did bounce it from the 1-to-1 extension we have planned. So that's perfect, right? So now it brings us with two different configurations. Either, you know, this white wave 1, 2, 3, 4, what we have planned, then the wave 5 basically. Either, and this is what I start to, this is what I start to really prefer, what we've planned in the last 2 updates, this big ending here to the upside. So I have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4. I saw the draw went exactly into our draw bottom. I didn't touch it. Anything of this since I drew this. Anyways, the wave 4 and then the wave 5. In the wave 1, 3, and 5, you have an ABC zigzag. This will explain why all these smaller waves are pretty weird and very bad, because we're in an ending. So for me, this makes sense, and this is really my preferred scenario. It sucks a bit because we will not go so high next, but it's realistic. We are starting to come to some, well, we are into a big resistance basically of the wave 5. If we make a new high, we're going to come around, well, again, we can just do a swing through panel, the pre-stop here, it's fine. But otherwise, the next target is a really big target, is 130,000. Well, a lot of confidence there, so it makes sense. Okay, it makes sense. Now again, can this ending turn to be a leading next to make, for example, a bigger wave 1, bigger wave 2, and next bam 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 3, 4, 5 here to the upside? Yeah, honestly, it's possible, but in any case, there will be this massive crash here. So yeah, anyways, this is, you have 2 configurations, either this 1, 2, 3. Okay, so just right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, that is really massive for a wave 4, and then the wave 5. Either from the second configuration, this is what I prefer, honestly. This ending, so big wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and again we're going to make here the wave 5 with an ABC zigzag to the upside. And just before to go live, by the way, I was playing with the fib times. Not perfect, but approximately here's a 618. If you drag this at the right, you can see approximately here's a 618. If you now drag this, how is the pool already? How is the pool already? It's like that. And next it's like that. So you can see here again, where do we bounce from? The 618. But like really, I mean, again, not perfect. We can see we still do, well, again, the bottom was made really around the 618. So if we have to bounce from here, and we respect the fib time, well, the next pull we can get here is basically from this wave to bottom to the wave 3 top, just right there, to the wave 4 bottom here. There you go. So yeah, next we'll have the 618 1-to-1. It's more the 618 to be honest, but so that brings us with two different dates. Okay, I'll just get rid of that. So we have two different dates. The first one is really around, so well, it is basically the 16th of August, and the next one is 24th of August. Okay, so we have two fib times here we can be aware of if we have to respect the fib time. Okay, so we can look for a top if we have to make a top there. Again, I will not wait for these dates. Okay, for example, if we are just now, for example, we take some time here, we're just, you know, wait, for example, wait, so even if we rise from here like massively, for example, we start to do this, we get a rise here, we are just range bound. If we start to still be range bound and we approach these dates, I mean, there's nothing to expect of these dates. Okay, now if we make a new all-time high, we spend some time, we can see we are coming closer, for example, to an ABC, to a C wave top, and moreover this we're coming closer to the dates, well, this fib time might get really well respected. But otherwise, yeah, for now I will not wait for these dates, I will just be aware of these dates. Okay, and more closer we come to them, and more closer we are in the plan basically to the wave 5 top, and we are close to the dates, well, more we'll pay attention to these dates. But otherwise, yeah, we'll not really wait for these dates. It's really on with the context behind this. I would really like to see before these dates a new all-time high, and see that we are in the C wave basically of the ABC zigzag in the wave 5 there. Okay, to really start to think, okay, well, we might do a new an all-time high here on this date. So yeah, that is the plan basically for Bitcoin with a wave. So more likely taking this now. I do prefer, as I said also in the last update, but this is the one I start to really prefer now. And again, this, well, I mean, at some point, if we make this new high here, I mean, everyone is going to see this kind of switch here to the upside. So, but if you still have people thinking you're in some impulsive, in the end you will do, you know, a wave 1, they will look for a wave 1, 2, 3, they will wait for a wave 4 pullback, and they're never going to get the long trade, and so they're just going to get wrecked and miss the trade, and bam. So yeah, can be nice, but I mean, the problem is if you do this new high, honestly, everyone is going to be, and well, we will see this basically. So yeah, anyways, that's my plan. We'll have the next targets with a support resistance here with the levels, and we'll have the wave. If we bounce from here, that's an ABC zigzag here. So 5 ways up, correction, 5 ways up. Okay, so that basically like this. It's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulsive, but there is just a wave 1, 2, 3. There is just no wave 4 and 5 next. Okay, so A, B, C with a 1, 2, 3, or 5 in the C. A, B, C, and so here you look for another A, B, C basically. As simple as that. Let's add this in there, and this also. And what is that? That was for this one more likely. Yeah, so that is it for Bitcoin. Otherwise, the altcoins basically, well, Bitcoin, for example, did bounce it from the second support we have planned. You know, first one was basically swipe the lows and reclaim basically the lows next. Well, what happened there? We just flipped everything into resistance. We just went lower here. Bitcoin was not ready for a bounce. We just went lower here, flip everything into resistance. And so the first target is there, the second target in there. So if you lose the first one, flip it into resistance, you wait for the second support to be tapped. We tapped it over the weekend, giving the bounce now. So congrats if you took the long. And it's like that on most of the alts. Ethereum, for example, did bounce it. So from the second part of our support here, we've got upper part and the lower part here. So again, it's just waiting for Bitcoin to be ready for a bounce. went into the second support here, and again you can see where it bounced from a very old range, top basically. We don't respect the fibs here of the wave 4, respect this very nice channel. You can see this is just pretty crazy. Again, we have been respecting this here. Resistance is the middle, then we go to the bottom here to flip that into support, then we break it, flip into support here. This is a very nice channel, not gonna lie. After so long, it's still getting super well respected. This is very nice and really good to see. So yeah, again, now we just need to wait for a pullback. If hopefully we get a pullback, basically it depends on Bitcoin. If we manage to get a pullback on Bitcoin here, yeah, anyway, Bitcoin is hitting the support. If we bounce off the support and get some good reaction to bounce from the support, the odds are going to follow, and we are normally also at a support on the altcoin, so this can be also a buy on the alts basically. Yeah, so that's it, to be honest with you. The altcoins, well, it will just depend on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin keep dropping, this is going to drop again. If Bitcoin still manage to continue the uptrend here locally now, this might change, and we might get also some movement to the upside on the altcoins. As simple as that. So yeah, it will be nice to get a flip to support and then a go on Bitcoin, so the altcoins can do the same. So yeah, that is it for me for today. Do you have any news? No, tomorrow only. Maybe we're going to get some more later this week. Sometimes they're adding the events later in the week, so we'll see. Anyways, wishing you all a brilliant day ahead. I don't see any requests to something in the chat, no, so we're good for today. So yeah, thank you all for watching again. Hope you enjoyed. If you enjoy, as always, you can smash the likes, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications, and if you're watching this update later, you can write some comments down below. It helps a lot, as always. So thank you so much if you take the time to do it. If you want to join the Discord, this is the place to be. If you want to stay updated when I'm not live, this is where I'm posting things about Bitcoin mostly. Sometimes some altcoins, if there is anything really interesting. And yeah, just so you know, by the way, ATAS here. So this is a very nice software that, well, this is an order flow basically. Okay, you can see here you have now my workspace that you can download from the website. Okay, so you can go here. I'm not logged in or I'm logged in, I don't know. In the course page, if you scroll, normally I'm logged in. If you scroll all the way down here, you can see download section. You have the ATAS workspace. You can download my workspace for absolutely free. Just sign up on the website or log in. Go into the download section, and you can download my workspace. That's a zip file, so unzip the file, then import the workspace, the file you unzip it basically in ATAS. And by the way, this software is going to be mostly paid on August 12th, so if you don't want to pay, or you will have to pay in any case, but if you want to get a discount, you can simply use my link you have right below in the description. Normally, let me have a look. Normally I added that in the description. Yes, you can go and click the link in the description, and from this link, between August 11 and August 17, there will be a weekly event basically with ATAS. And basically we'll be sharing a promo code, so you can use it and get a discount on the fee, basically monthly, yearly, or whatever you want to take. If you want to pay for this software, you'll be able to get a discount. So yeah, just sign up with my link, and next I will be sharing a promo code for you all, so you can enjoy a discount. Anyways, wishing you all a brilliant day ahead. Take care of you as always, this is important, and see you all in the next one on Wednesday, otherwise tomorrow in Discord, maybe in another update if I record any. Have a brilliant day, take care, cheers.